Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 1, technically 2, but I'm gonna go ahead and start off with showing you the outfit of the day. So this is the outfit. Of course, I had to get the Amarillo by morning shirt, but this is the whole fit. Got my work boots, of course, Ariats. Let me just, yeah. Of course, I had to get my work boots. Anyways, that's the outfit. Now that I showed it to you, it's really hot. I think it's like 90-something degrees, I swear. I'm sweating bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my hair up. Cause whoa boy. Today's episode, by the way, it's gonna get cut in half because I have an appointment. But I'll film the first part of the episode, then I gotta cut it, and then I gotta go. So I might be back at this location or somewhere else, but we'll see. I'll probably come back here. It's not that bad. Okay, so welcome back. Cheers, folks. I got my drink, you get yours, and let's dig in. There's a lot of caramel at the bottom. It should be mixed in, but it's not. Oh well. Alright, today's episode is about to be a little crazy. It's probably going to be a hot topic for some people who can't handle it, but too bad, so sad. Sucks. So, I want to talk about, I don't even know how to bring it up. I got my Bible right here so I can bring in some verses to help with what I'm trying to say. But let's get into it. So, nowadays, women get the blame when it comes to sex. More than men do. So, that's weird. But, anyways, nowadays, women get the blame more than men do when it comes to sex. Should it be the same? Or should men get more of the blame? In my opinion, so, be mad all you want, just put it in the comments. In my opinion, women are to blame. Men, learn to keep it in your pants, obviously. But women, you shouldn't be giving it out to everybody for free. Not at all. Sex is a sacred thing. I don't know what else to say. Also, in my opinion, I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this statement, but feminism, it killed the family, killed family values, it killed the home. It actually made it worse for both men and women. Just saying. That's my opinion, though. Okay, so I was watching Charlie Kirk the other day, and I love me some Charlie Kirk, I love me some Candace Owens. Anyways, I was watching Charlie Kirk, and he was talking to college students, which is one of the favorite things that I like to watch. He was talking to them, and they were talking about sex or whatever. They brought this topic up, and he had said something, and I'm going to paraphrase what he said, but he had said something basically along the lines with that the demand for sex with men will never go away. But what can change that is the amount of women that are allowing this sex to happen, the amount of women that are just giving it away for free. Because I promise you, this is what he said, paraphrasing, whatever. Back in the day, in 1923, men still wanted to have sex like the men nowadays. They were just holding it in, and they also didn't have all these women just giving it out for free. Women giving themselves up. For what? It makes no sense. Now it's so easy for a man to go out and find someone to sleep with. It's easy for him to get on his phone and just go, bloop, oh, yep, meeting up here, we're gonna hook up. That's so easy nowadays. Back in the day, they didn't have the phones to do that. Back in the day, women had more respect for themselves. Back in the day, it was just better. I wish I was born back in the day, okay? But, you know, here I am. What can I say? Nowadays, women are offering themselves without getting anything in return. Like, the girls these days are just so trifling, I cannot. And I want to think that I am, I hold myself to a higher standard. I did for like 6 months have relations with several people, but it wasn't like back to back to back. It wasn't like that. It was, I thought that me and this guy were gonna be together. Didn't work out that way. We ended up going to a like bonfire thing, and we had already agreed we weren't gonna be dating. We were just friends, blah blah blah. So then I met someone else. I then went out with this other guy. Turns out they're best friends. It was a whole thing. That's like the most trifling thing I did, but they knew the whole time, and I knew I wasn't sleeping with the first one. Like, when the first one and I was like, called it quits, we're just friends, I stopped sleeping with him and I was sleeping with the other one. So, and I have had a one-night stand before. But I mean, I was also at the club. That's still no excuse, by the way. Drinking and drugs, no excuse for you cheating, doing trifling things. Not a singular excuse. I don't care what the heck you have to say. You could be whatever. I'm just gonna say it right now. No excuse whatsoever for drinking, drugs, anything like that, for you to cheat or to do something that you say that you wouldn't do if you were sober. Drunk thoughts, drunk actions, they speak volumes. Okay. It kind of bothers me that nowadays women are doing things nowadays that you would expect a man to do. And it's very sad that women are, like, we think so little of ourselves. And by the way, I'm going to keep saying women, but I mean girls. I'm going to try and correct myself. A woman knows her worth. She knows her value. A girl does this stuff. So girls nowadays are very trifling. They do all the things that we expect men to do, or we expect boys to do. And it's just insane to me. Feminism happened, and all of this stuff got messed up. Okay? It's just wild. So, anyways, let me just move on. Okay. I wrote this all down in my notes because I was trying to think of a topic for today's episode, and I was watching Charlie Kirk, and this one, it really just spoke to me, and I wanted to go ahead and get this out of the way because it's something that I struggle with. Not being trifling, but it's something that I deal with because every person I've ever been with has cheated, and a lot of people that I know have cheated, and once I find out that you're a cheater, I really don't trust you anymore or have any respect for you whatsoever. But cheating has become so normalized in our day and age. People think it's okay to cheat. I guess people just don't hold people accountable anymore. Back in the day, they used to get stoned or hung or got prison time for cheating. It's wild that people are like normalizing it, that it's like an okay thing. It's not okay. If you don't want to be with that person, if you aren't satisfied with that person in any capacity whatsoever, you break up with them and you go be with someone else. You don't cheat on them and cause them more hurt and more like self-reflection. I don't even know. I just don't like it. So I'm gonna get it out of the way in this episode. I'll probably talk about it again because it is just something that's stuck with me my whole life. So let me just get this out of the way. All right. So girls these days think that it's okay to sleep with whoever they want to sleep with. It's okay to take pictures and videos of themselves and sell it online. They think it's okay to do like OnlyFans or whatever. They think it's okay to get with other girls' guys. They think it's okay to get with their friend's boyfriend, their friend's husband, their friend's fiance. They think it's okay to, when they have children, to sleep with multiple people. Like they're not they're supposed to be a grown adult because they're a mother. They're supposed to have a better value in themselves, better respect for themselves, for their child. But they don't. And guys, I guess, find that attractive. I don't know. I don't understand it. It does not make sense to me. And that's something that I'm trying to understand. And I don't think I ever will understand it. I just know for me, it is something I would never do. That is a person I have no respect for and I do not want in my life. I do not care if you... I don't even know. I just don't want you in my life. I don't have any room for that at all. But they think it's okay that like they can be married and they can cheat on their spouse. Girls these days are insane to me. I do not understand it. I don't. I really don't. I don't get it. Oh my gosh. I think that it is disgusting and pathetic for any person to cheat, whether that be male or female. I think if you have cheated on someone that you claim to love, you claim to care about, you are the most pathetic individual I've ever met. Plain and simple, it's how it is. It's disgusting to me. And the fact that you can look at someone in the eyes that you claim to love, and you can not only lie to their face, but you can like turn it back on them. Like, I don't even know. I'm obviously going to use myself as examples because that's all I know is myself. But I despise someone who cheats. And what is so sad is nowadays there's a thing called cheating and micro cheating and all of these terms that you can use, blah, blah, blah. That's because cheating has become so normalized that we think that micro cheating is anything less than actually cheating. It's crazy to me that people can think it's okay to get on your phone and say you have a girlfriend. People think it's okay to get on your phone and text your ex and be like, hey, just checking in on you, want to make sure you're okay. I do not find that okay. If I found out that my future spouse did that, I'm sorry, I find that disrespectful. I don't like that, and I will not tolerate that. I'm tired of being disrespected by the people that claim that they love me. I'm so like done with it. If you love someone, you do not do the things that you know will hurt them. Plain and simple. That it is that simple. If I'm telling you, and if we are getting to know each other and I tell you that this is what's happened to me in the past, these are the things that have hurt me, and then you go and do them, yet tell me that you love me and tell me that you care about me, but not only do you do them 10 times worse. You never cared. You don't love me. Do not tell me to my face that you do. And for you to go around and start telling people like, oh, she's crazy, oh, she's this. No, she found out that you were doing stuff that you shouldn't have been doing. You were being disrespectful and you couldn't handle it. So you went to someone who was easier and you stuck your, you know what, in a place where it shouldn't have been. Sorry, that's the truth. I just don't know what better way to put it. I don't understand anything in today's day and age when it comes to dating, because people think that love is just this word that you can just throw around, that you can just use. It's not. Love means something. Love is important. And for you to sit there and tell someone that you love them, but you're doing things behind their back that do not align with love, then that's someone that you should not trust. That's someone that needs to go, and they need to work on themselves before they can be with anybody else. And for me, I really do. I thought that by 23, I was going to be married or engaged and eventually having kids soon, because I want a marriage that's 60 years. I can say I've been married 60 years, all this good stuff, right? That wasn't in the cards for me. That's not what God wanted for me. And since I'm now single and I have a lot of issues and all this crap with my exes and everything, it's a lot. I need to become the person that I need to be in order to be a great partner in a relationship. And if I'm just going out here and hooking up with these people, if I'm going out, I'm literally just texting people, blah, 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 blah. What am I working on for myself? These people cannot help me love me. I have to love myself. And if you want to sit there and tell me that you love yourself and you know who you are and you respect yourself and all this crap, but you're doing trifling things, just don't, because it's a lie. If you can go out there and you can say that you spent months with this person, and you can say, okay, first of all, if you can date someone, tell them you love them, tell them you care about them, if you can move in with them, if you can have them meet your family, if you can say like, we're gonna get married, if you can look at rings, if you can go plan the proposal, if you can do all of this crap, if you can talk about how amazing they are and all this stuff, if you can become someone that you get close with their family, if you can do any of those things and then like break up with them and 2 days later you're sexting with people, or you're sending pictures and videos, or buying pictures and videos, or you're going and getting with your exes, which is who the girl had brought up when oh my god, again. If you're doing all of this stuff, do not ever tell me that you love that person, because you didn't. Because love does not do that. Someone who loves someone does not do that. If you can go and you can tell people like I'd never get with her, all this crap, blah blah blah, I regret the relationship, all this crap, when she did not do a singular thing but try to love you the best that she could, when she was there for you, when she submitted to you the way that the Lord tells us we should, when she went and she made your family her own family, when she cut out all the people that did not align with what she wanted to become and what she wanted to do, when she did all of these things to become the woman in the relationship the way that the Lord has intended for us to do it, when she was trying to make a house, a home, and you can go and you can badmouth her, and then you get upset. I just can't. It is so aggravating to me, and it has happened in every relationship I've ever been in, is I did nothing but try to love the man, the boy, or whatever, and they cheated on me, or whatever they did, they can go and say all this crap. And every single ex that I've ever had, which is, I've only had like really 2 or 3 boyfriends. One of them doesn't really count because it was like a month and it was in high school, so that doesn't really count. The other one, it was just a situationship, but we were basically dating and living together, I guess. But every single one of them has came back and since apologized and said that they understand where I'm coming from. They apologize for making me seem like the crazy one and all this crap. And it does feel good to hear those words, but at the end of the day, they had told me to my face they loved me, but they didn't. And I thought that that was love at the time, but it wasn't. And it's just very difficult because it's just hard, you know? You give your life to someone, you give everything you have to someone, and in like a split second, they're just completely different. Like, it's insane. It's so wild that people can do things like this. I just don't understand it. Let me get back to what I was talking about. I got on so many tangents. I probably didn't even finish what I was trying to say like 5 times. I probably don't even remember what I was trying to say. In my opinion, guys can sleep with girls and it mean absolutely nothing. That's how I view it. But then again, guys these days, they'll sleep with a girl and then they'll tell you it meant nothing and then they'll go sleep with her again. So obviously it meant something. But I believe that a guy, if he were to cheat or whatever, he just sleeps with a girl to sleep with a girl because that's just, he's a dog, you know what I mean? But if a woman were to tell me that she cheated, that takes a lot for a woman to cheat, because that just takes a lot, because we view things differently. We're very emotional, and for us to be able to cheat on someone, that is wild. I've never cheated. I've never even thought about it. When I've been with someone, that's the only person I see. So I don't understand how someone can cheat, especially a woman. And so that's why it literally dumbfounds me that women can cheat. It is so insane to me that women cheat. Men, I can see it. I can, and it's really sad that I can see that from anybody. But for a woman to tell me she cheated, it's like, girl, what were you doing? What is wrong with you? Something is wrong in here and in here for you to do that. And for me, I don't ever want to be someone who cheats. I don't ever want to be labeled a cheater. Number one, because it's wrong. It's terrible. It's a horrible thing to do. But at the end of the day, I do not want to be the person that makes someone doubt themselves. I don't want to be the person that makes someone look in the mirror and not like who they see. I don't ever want to be the person that makes someone go and look through someone's social media and start crying. I do not ever want to be that person that breaks someone. I don't ever want to do that. That is never, ever, ever going to happen for me. I will never do that to someone else, because I know exactly how that feels, and it is one of the worst feelings you could ever feel in your life. I could never imagine doing that to someone and then still saying that I loved them or I cared about them or that I loved them. I can't. It makes no sense to me. I just don't understand it. But I do want to make this clear. You can be a cheater and do all of these things, but in the back of my mind, in my heart and soul, I know for a fact, I believe in, there's one person for one. God made Adam for Eve, or God made Eve for Adam. Sorry. There's one person that he has made for us. I believe that if you love this person and you did them wrong, you shouldn't just leave this person and go find someone else. I think that we should work every freaking day to make something last, because I believe that love is a real thing. I believe love is one of the most important things in the world, and I just find bond and connection so important. And so if you were to hurt me or whatever, and then go off and treat someone else the way that I should have been treated, that hurts me more than anything, because you could have worked on yourself and we could have worked on each other together, and we could have came together stronger and been better for it and been better together, and the relationship would have meant so much more, because we had went through all of these like horrible things. But I believe in sticking around, I believe in trying, I believe in fighting, I believe working for it. Because if you do something to me like cheating or something like that, I cannot look at you the same, but I can promise you that trust can be rebuilt. I can promise anything can be rebuilt if you work hard enough, if you try for it. If I am seeing you actively working not only to become better for yourself and for the Lord, but you're trying to become the person deserving of me and my love, I would give you the world. I would have already been giving you the world, but I will give you everything in the world, because you have proven not only to yourself and to the Lord, but to me, not only how much I mean to you, but how much this connection, this relationship means to you. And I would learn to trust that when you tell me you love me and you care about me, that it's actually true. If you were trying. Sorry. I'm gonna just skip this. I don't ever want to be the reason that someone thinks that they are unlovable or thinks that they're not capable of being loved. I don't ever want to feel that feeling again. And if the person that I love could do that to me and just throw me away like I'm nothing, go to someone else and treat them the way that I should have been treated, that is the worst feeling ever. Because if I would take you back if you would try, if you would do anything, but you don't. You just throw me away like I'm nothing and acting like we meant nothing. Like the love meant nothing. Like I am worth nothing. So that's one thing that I'm trying to work on. Is God is so graceful, so merciful, and he is way better than anyone ever. And I'm trying to be more like him, and I'm trying to forgive, and I'm trying not to be angry or be upset. But it's difficult, because the one person that I loved the most, that I would have given the world to, I would have done anything for, I would have stepped in front of a bullet for, did me so dirty and acted like I was absolutely nothing. I went around telling people that they regretted being with me, when all I did was try to love them. I'm so hurt, and my heart is filled with so much pain. I used to be able to look at them and see my whole world. I used to be able to look at them and see the rest of my life, and I was so happy. And now I can't even look at them. It hurts. Like every time he's around, or I see him, or I hear him, it literally hurts my chest. Like I can feel it hurt. And I know that that sounds ridiculous, but I'm dead serious when I tell you it physically hurts to know that I am so disgusted by someone that I used to see everything. And I'm trying not to be so angry. I'm trying to be graceful. I am trying so hard. Because no matter what he did, he is still such an amazing person. And I see the man that I fell in love with. But I have to separate the two. I have to separate the man that I loved. I have to separate the man that I love, the man that I fell in love with the things that he did. So I don't want to look at him because it looks like him and it sounds like him, but it's not. He's completely different. And so I feel like the person that I fell in love with is dead. Like I feel like he's gone. I feel like I am grieving someone who no longer exists. Because you can look in his eyes and he's not the same. And it hurts so much. It really hurts more than anything. love is something that I value, and the word itself holds more value than most. And for it to just be thrown around and for people to say or hurt others with that word in their mouth, for someone to tell you they love you but hurting you, and knowing that they're hurting you, and knowing what they're doing and what they're saying is hurting you, it really bothers me. And I find it very, I think it's a form of betrayal, in my opinion. I just don't understand it. I don't get how anyone could do that to another person. So I'm gonna pull out the Bible now. These are some verses that I had written down that I feel like go with what I'm talking about today. If you have some verses that you think go with it or that could help me or anyone else, please put them in the comments. But let me go ahead and flip to it. This is Matthew 5:28, and it says, "But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her in his heart." So everyone knows there are beautiful men, there are beautiful women everywhere. I'm not going to sit here and act a fool and say that there is not. But if you love someone, for me, if I am with a man and I tell him that if I'm with a man, period, and I tell him that I love him, I love him. I am choosing to love him. I'm feeling that love. I'm giving him everything that I have, and I believe in gender roles. And so I allow him to be the man, and I submit to him 100%. But nowadays, people don't do that. I don't understand. Government has taken away the household. I'll say that until the day that I die. And women allowed it to happen. And men now get whatever they want because, feminism, woo. We gave them everything. And we lost everything. Women used to be respected. Used to be adored. Men used to fawn at our feet. And now men used to chase women. And now women chase men. And I find that very disgusting. That's not how God intended it. That's not how we should be treated or anything like that. Anyways, lust kills everything. Lust took the strongest man in here and destroyed him. Destroyed him. It took everything that he had, everything he valued, everyone he loved, and it destroyed him because lust is one of the worst sins. Lust is everywhere. Everywhere. And it's so sad that it exists. I hate it more than anything. Oh, I don't hate anything. I despise it. That's better. Okay, so I think what the Lord is saying in this is if you are with someone and you look at someone else lustfully and if you think about them in any way, sexual or anything like that, you have already committed adultery. You've already committed sin. Already. You should see your person as your person. That is the one that you love. No one else can compare. They can't even cross your mind because you love this person. This is your person. And if it does cross your mind, because you can sit there and you can look at someone and you can acknowledge that they are beautiful. You can acknowledge that they are. If you can look at someone and acknowledge that they're beautiful, that's fine. But if you are having those thoughts in your head, sexual or anything like that, you're committing adultery, you're committing sin already. But there's something inside of you, and there's something in that relationship between you and your partner that needs to be fixed and needs to be worked on, because you should never look at someone and be like, think anything like that, because your person is the only one that should make you think that or should make you feel that. And if it's not, it's because you haven't given yourself up completely to this person, and you're not allowing something in your relationship is not working right. It's not allowing, and it can be fixed. I promise you it can be fixed, it can be worked on, and your relationship will be stronger and better for it. Anyone I've ever spoken to that's in a 40-year, 50-year marriage has all told me these same things. When I tell you that I talk to people for advice, when it comes to relationship or anything, I'm going to talk to someone who's been around the block. I am going to talk to someone who's been married for 40, 50, 60 years because they know the ins and outs. They know everything. They can give you the dark, the dirty, the beautiful, the bright, anything. I'm going to talk to someone who knows what they're talking about. I'm not going to talk to someone my age. I'm not going to talk to some 21-year-old over here who just started drinking, still lives with their parents for advice on relationships. I'm not going to talk to someone who is married with children yet hangs out with people who do trifling things. That is not someone that I would trust. That is not someone who knows anything, because that's just insane. Your friends are a reflection of you. They're a reflection of the things that you agree with, that you do. And if your friends are doing something that you don't align with, you need to tell them. And if they don't work on it, or if they can't do it, then they don't need to be your friend, because you should not be aligning yourself with people who do terrible things. You should not be aligning yourself with anything like that, because that's going to rub off on you. That is going to show people that, hey, you're okay with that. That's fine. I do believe in loving people for their mistakes. We're all human. But if you're not sitting there holding your friends or your family accountable, who is going to hold them accountable? Because they're clearly not holding themselves accountable. I love my family to death because they will hold me accountable for anything and everything. And sometimes I haven't held myself accountable, and I'm trying to get better at that. But my family will always hold me accountable. 100% always hold me accountable. And I love it. And I love tough love when it comes to things like that. My children, oh, you bet your booty that mama's gonna hold you accountable. I'm just telling you. Growing up, daddy will probably be your best friend, but mama had your back the whole time. Mama was raising you to be correct. Mama was raising you to be the man, you know? It's Mark 7:22 through 23. And it says, thieves, oh, I don't even know how to say this word. Covetousness. Let me just go ahead and look up what it means. Covetousness. Okay. Covetousness is an excessive and often inordinate desire for possessions, particularly those belonging to others. Oh, there's a lot of people that I know, especially females, who think it's okay to only be attracted to a man who's taken, and I find that very disgusting. And for someone to allow that person to be a friend in their life and not hold them accountable, and to think that that is okay, don't trust you either, because you allow it to happen. You allow that kind of person to be in your life. And for you to let someone who is actively okay with breaking up a family, that's disgusting. So, sorry to say it, but I don't like you. Thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness, all these evil things come from within and defile the man. When I was at my worst, like when I treated people the worst, or when I did any of this, it was because I was letting my pride and my ego and my foolishness, when I let it take over, because I was so hurt, so angry, that my pride and my ego just shot through the roof, and I hurt a lot of people. I don't know if it hurt them because I didn't mean anything to them, but it's still something that I should not have done. It's something that I do regret, and I'm trying to get better at. But that was years ago when I did those things. I have learned a lot since then, and I have yet to do it to someone. Recently I have. I don't think I was trying to do that. I was just so angry and so hurt that when someone were to ask me about so-and-so or what had happened, I am just so angry and hurt at the fact that I meant nothing, that I was so easy to throw away, that I was so easy to say that I regret all of this crap, like they regret being with me, when I didn't do anything but try to love them. That really hurt me. That really upset me. So it was just very hard. And I would tell them, I would literally tell them, you ask me a question about what had happened, I will tell you to your face, this is X, Y, and Z, this is what happened, this is what he said, this is what I said, this is what we did. And it's something I shouldn't do, and I let my ego and my pride win in that moment, and I should have just stayed silent, because at the end of the day, it's me and him who have to deal with it, and the Lord who has to deal with it and make us better for it. So at the end of the day, it's me and him that have to deal with it. So it's something I'm trying to work on and get better at, is even if someone comes up to me and asks what happened, I shouldn't talk about it. I shouldn't discuss it. I know he can do whatever he wants. He's his own man, his own boy, his own person. He can do whatever. For me, I'm tired of talking about it because every time I talk about it, it hurts even more to think about, and it hurts to know that I didn't matter whatsoever, the love didn't matter, all that, whatever. It just bothers me because I bring it up and everyone's reaction is like, how could you have, you know, stuck around? How could you have done that? And for me, I'm the type of person, you could do me wrong all these times, but if you come back and you prove yourself, oh no, you can do me wrong once or twice and you can keep proving yourself and become better, and I will 100% stand by you. I will. That's just the type of person that I am. I believe people change, I believe people grow, I believe people become better. And if you're sitting there actively trying in front of my face, if you're actively trying, and I can see it and I can hear it, then we're both so much better for it. Because that's what God believes in. He believes in forgiveness. So I can forgive you if you're, you know, proving. I can forgive you. I'm not gonna say that because I'm not there yet. I forgive him, the person I fell in love with, because he would not have done those things to me. And I know it was the devil coming out in him, you know, the lust coming out and all of this other stuff. I believe he was deceitful. You shouldn't text anyone that you've ever hooked up with, that has ever liked you, that you've ever liked, that you've ever dated, any exes. You should not be talking to them if you have a person in front of your face, holding your hand next to you the whole time, that you're saying you love, that you want a future with. I just think that's deceitful, and I find it very distasteful, and I find it as a sense of betrayal. I find it very disrespectful, to be honest, but that's just me. But I forgot where I was even going. Anyways, so this verse does mean a lot because all of these evil things come from within. It's something inside of you that is allowing you to do it, and it is defiling the man. It is making you worse of a man, less of a man. It is taking you away from God's path and God's plan for you. It's not only destroying your life and making your life worse, it's destroying your purpose. Like, I have so much faith that you could accomplish so much, you could become so much better than you are, but you allow that these sins, these things that you know are not good for you, that you've stated multiple times are not good for you and that you're cutting out of your life, you allow them to stay in your life. And not only are you doing that, but you're going to people who allow this to happen. You're going to easier people that don't ask you questions, don't do anything, and you're giving them the person that I deserved. You're giving that to them, and they haven't earned it. They do not love you the same. They'll learn to love you, but they're not going to love the real you, because I've seen every single version of you, the good, the bad, the ugly. I've seen everything, and I still love the man to death, still love him to death. But it's crazy to me that, like, when I meet a guy, I want to see all the versions of him so that I can love him just the same. Because I don't love you just because you're a hot guy. I don't love you just because of your job. I don't love you just because of the way that I see you treat your family. I love you because despite you sitting there and you doing these terrible things, you've grown from it, and you've shown me just how courageous, and you've shown me that you can be a true leader, that you can change, and that's someone that I want to raise my kids with. That is someone that I want to look up to. That is someone that I want to submit to. Is someone that I've seen do terrible things, do all of this crap, but has grown from it, learned from it. That's someone who, when I ask relationship advice, I know that you're giving me good advice. When I ask life advice, I know that you're giving me good advice because you've lived it. You've lived it, you've overcame it, and all of the good things. I don't want to go and find someone who's easy, that just lets me stay small. I want someone who helps me get bigger. So that's my 2 cents on that. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 18. Flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body, but he that cometh fornication sinneth against his own body. So that can be applied to, for me, in my view, that can be applied to both men and women, boys and girls. I wish I would have saved myself for marriage. That is what this is for. Hopefully I will. I can't, obviously I'm not pure anymore. I cannot save myself for marriage. I've already done the sin. But when I find the one, no, period, from here on out, I'm going to be celibate. I'm not going to do anything with anyone until I 100% believe that they actually do love me. They actually care about me. I'm trying to do it right this time because I'm tired of giving my all to someone, giving myself over to someone, and then them hurting me, you know? I can't, so yeah. Anyways, sex, you have a connection, you share a bond, you become one. And for you to give it away, like it's nothing. Like for all these guys to go out and just sleep with all these people is disgusting, number one. But for you to give that away, you're having a connection that only you, your spouse should have, your eternal partner, your one flesh should have. And you doing all that, it's taking that away. And yeah, you can get together in the future and like have all of this great, you know, time together. But at the end of the day, you've already given yourself away so much that it's hard when you sit there and you tell me that you're attracted to me and you want to hook up with me, or you want to sleep with me or make love with me. You made love with someone else, though. Multiple people who are not me. They don't look like me, they don't act like me, they don't sound like me. They're not me. So how are you attracted to me? Do I know that you're attracted to me, or is it just because that you want to, you know, get off? So it's very difficult for me nowadays, especially in this generation, for men to want to be with me, because do you want to be with me or do you want to be with my body? Like, that's one thing too. It's so hard. And for you to tell me that you're attracted to me and I'm the most beautiful woman you've ever seen and all blah 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 blah, that's not true, because you slept with someone's wife, you slept with a baby mama, you slept with all of these things. And let me put this out here, if you're a single mother, I am not downing you whatsoever. But if you're a single mom who lives with your baby daddy and you're hooking up with all these different guys for fun, you're disgusting. And your child needs to have someone better to look up to, and it's not you. Damn sure is not you. And for you to sit there and act like the people that you're hooking up with are your friends and you can talk to them about anything, that's disgusting. First of all, that's what the Lord is for. You need the Lord. Absolutely disgusting. So I feel like in this verse he's saying every sin, you can commit sin without your body, but sleeping with multiple people, fornicating and everything, I just love the word fornicating. It's better than sex. So I'm gonna try saying that. Fornicating with other people, lots of other people, is you're sinning against yourself, if that makes sense. I feel like that's a really good verse too. Okay, I'm back. Point me well. All right, so let's get back into this. I was going to share with you guys some of the Bible verses that I thought went with what we were talking about today. So this one is 1 Thessalonians 4, chapter 4, verse 3 through 5. And it says, "For this is the will of God, even your sanctification, that ye should abstain from fornication, that everyone you should know how to possess his vessel in sanctification and honor, not in the lust of not in the lust of concupiscence, even as the Gentiles which know not God." Oh, let me read the next one. This wasn't part of it, but "That no man go beyond and defraud his brother in any matter, because that the Lord is the avenger of all such, as we also have forewarned you and testified. For God hath not called us unto cleanliness, but unto holiness." Okay. So, pretty much, we should not want to go out and sleep with anyone and everyone. We shouldn't. We should have more respect for ourselves, for our bodies. We should know that our body is a temple and everything that we put in it, you know, all that stuff, whatever. You shouldn't just be sleeping with anyone and everyone just so you can get off, you know what I mean? I was there at one point. I didn't sleep with anyone and everyone, but I did sleep with people that I probably wouldn't have slept with if I would have actually had respect for myself. At the time, I had no respect for myself whatsoever. Didn't care. All the blah, 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 right? I have learned to have respect for myself. That is one thing that I can say that my ex did for me. I did, when we were in the relationship, I felt the most love I've ever felt in my life. Like, that was the happiest relationship that I've ever been in myself. I actually felt like he saw me, but at the same time, after I got out of it, I realized I don't know if he truly loved me, if he loved certain things about me, if he loved the things that I did for him, vice versa, you know. I loved him for who he was, every side of him. I loved the things that he did. I loved the way that he spoke and treated his family. Didn't necessarily love how he was with his friends, but I still loved the man. But that's one of the things that he did for me, is he helped me like love myself. I actually know like who I am. Before I thought I knew who I was. I didn't. I actually love who I am. I love what I stand for. I love everything about me. Even the things that I find flaws, I still love them because they make me who I am. And nobody is perfect except for the Lord above. But that's one thing, is he really did help me do that. He brought me closer to the Lord. And that is something I'll never be able to repay whatsoever. And I have a lot of respect for him as a person, because he really is a genuine person in his heart. And so, oh, what the fuck? Sorry. He really is a genuine person, but at the end of the day, genuine people, I don't even know how to say this. He did some terrible things, and the way that he treated me afterwards is completely different. So that's why I had to separate the two. Like, who I fell in love with, that's who I respect and everything. The person that he is now is a no for me. And that's what I had to look at, like, friends-wise as well. Like, not only just dating relationships, hopefully going to marriage, but friendships as well. I had to see, like, this person is my friend, and I take friendship seriously. I think that you should have loyalty. I love loyalty. I would choose loyalty over love any day. But for a friend, like, you need to have my back. I will always have your back. I need you to have my back. I need you to always be there for me, just as I'm always there for you. If I'm giving this relationship 110%, I need you to meet me at 110%. Yeah, there's going to be some times where I can only give 20 and you give 80, or I give 80 and you give 20. That I totally understand. But at the end of the day, I shouldn't be the only one that is giving. I should also be receiving at the same time. I should be able to voice myself, my opinions. I shouldn't be brushed off. I shouldn't be all this. If you're my best friend, if you're my person, then I should be yours, if you know what I mean. Like, I shouldn't be an afterthought, if that makes sense. Like, we're adults. We have work, we have everything. Like, we have all this stuff that takes up time that we don't get to spend doing what we want to do, or hanging out with who we want to hang out with, all that stuff. But if I'm putting in the effort, I expect, and I deserve someone to put in the effort as well. So it's kind of give and take in that situation, but I shouldn't just be giving. I should also be receiving. I don't want to take anything. I should be receiving what people think that I deserve. And if they're your friend, if they say they love you, they should be willing to do that, because that's what you deserve. And yeah, so far that's what we've talked about. I don't want to get sappy, or I don't want to get emotional or anything like that. So I'm trying not to get more in depth, because it's going to get me very emotional. I don't want to go back to crying. I've had a very good day so far. I don't want to, get back to that. I do have a few more that I have on my phone that I want to bring up. And these are some things that I saw. It's Exodus chapter 20, verse 12. It says, "Honor your father and mother, so that you may live long in the land the Lord your God is giving you." So the way that I see it, this is one thing that I had to learn, is I don't want to be doing the things that I did back then, because that's just disrespectful to myself, and it wasn't honorsome of myself or to the Lord. But my parents, the legacy that you leave behind is your children. So my parents shouldn't have a daughter that they're disappointed in or not proud of. I should not be sitting there and hugging my mother and my father if I'm going and doing these disgusting acts. Like, it is insane to me that someone can hug their mother and their father. They can hug their siblings. They can hug their brother, sister, cousin, niece, nephew, all this stuff. You can go do that. You can go to them and tell them, this is the type of man that you should be looking for. This is the type of man you deserve. This is the type of woman that you should be. Who are you to say that that's what they should do if you yourself are not living that way? If you yourself are not using your own words for yourself in your life? It just astonishes me that people think that that's not hypocritical, that they think that that's okay. How are you going to sit there and say that you praise the Lord and you're a man of God or a woman of God, and you're going and doing these disgusting acts? Like, it blows my mind. We're all humans. We all make mistakes. I 100%, I sin every single day. But I know that I sin, and I work on it so I can sin less and less and less, because I don't want to be this type of person that's like this. I don't want to be disgusting like that. So I am working on it, and I want to call myself a woman of God, but I don't think I am a full woman of God yet. I think I'll get that after, marriage, after children, and I experience more of life, if you know what I'm saying. But I'm not going to go out here and I'm not going to say, this is the type of man you should look for, this is the type of woman you should look for, when you yourself are not putting that into your own life, and you're not using your own words or the Lord's words to help push you through. So I know a lot of people are like this, but if anyone is like that and they're saying, if you're giving advice to someone else and you don't take that advice yourself and you live the complete opposite of the advice that you're giving, you shouldn't be allowed to give the advice. And for you to go home to your parents and hug your mother and hug your nana, hug your grandmother, hug anybody in your family, but the way that the way you talk about women is disgusting, I can't. And for not only people you work with, but like your friends and everything like that, your family to not hold you accountable just shows that they don't think that you're capable of growth. They don't think that you're anything. They see you as small, and you're going to stay small. And it really is sad, because that's why I've lost a lot of friendships, relationships, all that stuff, is because when I love you, I'm going to tell you my opinion. I'm going to tell you, and if that bothers you, then I don't know what to say. I want you to tell me your true opinion of me. I don't want you to say hurtful things and say that that's how you feel, because you just want to hurt me, because you want to continue to do the things that you're doing that you know were wrong, and you just want me to stop talking, so you're going to say hurtful things. I don't want that. And that's one thing that I have to learn how to do, is how to take in this information and not be like, you're saying this because you hurt me, or you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know how to get where I'm going to. But if you're going to sit there and you're going to go home and you're going to hug your family and act like you're this top-notch dog, like you're this top person, you're such a great man, all of this crap, you're gonna preach and all of this stuff, don't be doing the things that you're doing, because not only is it deceitful to you, it's deceitful to the Lord, and it's just disgusting in general. And I find it, if you are a woman and you talk to men the way that you talk to them, or you talk to boys the way that you talk to them, you're not a woman. You should definitely get some help, because we should not be talking to people and derogatory or anything like that. We should not. We should always be positive, always try to be positive. That's something I have to work on. I've always been sort of negative, because when I see something, I see I'm an overthinker, so I'll be like, he's on his phone, he's cheating. I'll be like, my friend doesn't want to hang out right now, it's because they have another friend, it's because I'm not good enough, all this crap. I just think bad about myself, and then I get really down. And that's something I've actually worked on, and I no longer do that. I don't think of the negatives as much. I still do sometimes, when it comes to getting over my ex or whatever, or getting over my old friendships that I just had to depart from and everything. I still think like that, because I have a lot of love for those people, even still to this day. And as much as I want our relationships to regrow and get stronger, all parties involved need to be able to do that. And right now, all parties involved or not, we need to actually sit down and have an adult grown conversation. And I don't think we're capable of doing that, because the way that I see it is we talk about the issue, we work on it, we come with solutions to fix it, because it's us against the issue. It is not the issue. It's not me versus you. It's us against the issue. We're trying to fix the issue so that we can be stronger and better for it. But the way that it's going down is, it's my fault. Everything is my fault. The reason I reacted that way to your disrespect is my fault. I shouldn't have reacted that way. If I didn't have reacted, then... So basically how it is I am not allowed to react to disrespect. This is how it's coming off to me. I am not allowed to react to someone's disrespect towards me. I'm not allowed to say anything. I'm supposed to just let it go and let you do what you want to do. And then when you're done doing what you want to do, you can come back into my life. And I deserve more respect than that. I just deserve a lot more than what I've given. And other people that I've had relationships with deserve more too. Because when I get upset or I feel like I'm being hurt or disrespect, I'll go quiet. I'll stay to myself. I'll withdraw slowly. Actually, okay, if we're in a friendship, I'll do all of what I just said. If we're in a relationship, I'm going to tell you because you are supposed to be my partner. We're supposed to be one flesh. We're supposed to be building a relationship together. We're supposed to have our life together. I'm going to work at that as hard as I can. I'm not going to stay silent. I'm going to speak up for myself. I'm going to speak up for us and love and everything. But if it's a friendship, it's really hard for me because you're supposed to be my person. Like, I don't even know how to say it. I don't know how to do it. But I'll get in my own head. I'll retreat. I'll be alone and everything. And then one day I'm just going to blow up and be like, how could you not see that I was struggling this whole time? Like, even when I wasn't speaking, I was struggling, and how could you not see that? You're supposed to be the one person who knows me better than anyone else. How could you not see that? This thing keeps moving and it's gonna bother me. But it's like, how could you not see that? I'm supposed to be your best friend. I'm supposed to be your person. And like in relationships too, like if I've told you something that bothers me and you not only don't make any changes to fix it, you don't say anything about it, you continue to do it, you start doing it more often, and then when I bring it up again, you call me insecure, or you say, I'll break up with you, we won't be friends anymore, or I could find better, you're just upset because of X, Y, and Z. I don't think that that's right. I think that that is completely inappropriate. And for you to sit there and say that you love me and care about me and you're like my best friend and all this stuff, you should want us to be on the same page. You should never, my friends, if they were to come and tell me that something I'm doing is bothering them or hurting them, I'm going to do everything in my power to fix it and work on it. Or I'm going to have a conversation with you and be like, let's figure out why this bothers you, and I'm going to work on my end so that I can stop doing the things that are upsetting you. But I need you to also work and be like, what can you do as well? Like, what can we both do to fix this issue so it gets better? Because I promise you, insecurities can be fixed. I promise you 100% they can. I promise you, trust can be rebuilt. Everything can be fixed and rebuilt, and it makes it stronger. But if you just sit there and you badmouth people, and this is something I'm working on. I'm not saying I don't do this. I have done this in the past, and I'm trying to work on this. My issue, let me just get this out of the way. My issue right now, I'm trying to work on not talking and not bad-mouthing and all this stuff. But when people ask me what has happened, I want to tell them because I am so angry and so hurt by it at the fact that I didn't deserve any of that, but the fact that you said that you loved me, you said you wanted a future with me and all of this crap, yet you didn't give me the time of day for a singular conversation of why you did what you did or X, Y. Like, I literally deserve a conversation with no one around. It shouldn't be around other people. We shouldn't be yelling at each other. We should be able to sit down and have an adult conversation as to why X, Y, and Z happened and to why this cannot work, why we can't work on it, all of this stuff. But I've yet to be able to have been like given that conversation, so it's just really hard. It's just really hard to understand all of this stuff. So yeah, let me just move on and go to the next one. Okay, this one is Proverbs chapter 10 verse 1. It says, a wise son brings joy to his father, but a foolish son brings grief to his mother. So I believe that if you live by the word, if you, I don't even know how to put this. So if you live by the word and you do everything that you know you're supposed to do, of course, we all make mistakes. We're all humans. We all sin. Nobody is perfect. But if you try your hardest every single day to not only make yourself proud, make the Lord proud, make your father and your mother proud, I think that you are doing the best that you can and the best that you know how to do. And that is all that we can do, is we just spread the word. We're positive. We lift people up. We don't deceive people or anything like that. But if you let your ego and your pride take over and that's all you're focused on is yourself, your ego and your pride, a lot of people are going to get hurt. A lot of people that shouldn't have been hurt, shouldn't have even been involved in any of this stuff. Like, there's a lot of people that have been involved in things that have happened in my life and they shouldn't have even been involved, and it is because certain people have allowed them to be involved because you leave that door open for them to come in. You think that they can come in and get involved. By the way, if you have a relationship should stay between two. There should be no reason your spouse goes and speaks to someone else to get their advice on your relationship, especially your friend. It should be a counselor, it should be a priest, a preacher, it should be family members, or it should be you two, or you should just go and speak to the Lord. You should never go out. Like, when I was in a relationship, my boyfriend at the time went and spoke to other people about our relationship, colleagues about our relationship. And those colleagues not only talked bad about me, but he joined in while we were still dating, like living together and everything. He joined in. So it was just a whole thing. And not only did they do that, but none of them came up and spoke to me. None of them asked me or checked in on me. They all just joined him, and he let them do it. That is so disrespectful, and that shows that you do not have any respect for me or the relationship right then and there. When I am in a relationship, I will not tell a soul about what has happened in our relationship unless you are my family or my partner's family or you're my partner. That's something I need to work on too, because your family also, I think our relationship is 3 people. Me, you, and the guy upstairs. I don't think anyone else should be involved, and that's what I'm trying to work on in my next relationship. I don't want to bring it to anyone else, because had we have just kept it between the 2 of us, I know we would still be together, because people can change and they will work to get better for you. And had we have stayed like just us 2, I feel like we would have actually worked on it and it would have changed. But because he took it to other people and other people were saying, I don't like her either, I think this, blah blah blah, he took their opinions and just ran with them. And that really fucking sucks, because that just really sucks. Because their opinion was worth more than like the future and everything that he saw. And I thought that our future was bright. I thought we had a really good future, but So the one thing that I'm going to work on is having a relationship stay between the 2 of us and the Lord, because everything can be fixed. But if you're going off and you're running your mouth to other people while in that relationship, it can't. And after we split, I was like, well, none of them like me anyways. That's the reason he broke up with me, because all this crap, right? So when people would ask me what happened, I'm going to tell them exactly what happened, and I should have just said, it just wasn't working out. We weren't a good match and all that crap. But I'd be lying, because I thought we were a great match. But yeah, so just keep your relationship between you 2 and the Lord. Don't go saying all that stuff. It's never going to work out, because your friends, if you can value your friend's opinion more than your spouse, it's never going to work. Okay, here's another one. Colossians chapter 3, verse 13. Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you have a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord has forgave you. So this one speaks a lot, because I am learning to forgive. I feel like I have forgiven a lot of things, but I am the type of person, I need to know why. I need to understand why I deserved that, or why you thought I deserved that, and all this stuff. And I don't think you're ever going to get that. So I'm learning how to move past not getting an answer to that, so that I can learn to forgive. And I feel like I've forgiven, but clearly I have a lot of anger and a lot of hurt still inside me, so I haven't forgiven 100%. And that's really, really sad, because the only person it hurts is myself. And I feel like one day I will get there where I don't wake up sad. Like, I don't wake up upset. I don't go to bed crying, if that makes sense. So I feel like this is also very good for what I had said earlier, where I feel like in relationships you can make mistakes and everything can be rebuilt. Trust can be rebuilt and all this stuff. You just have to work for it. You have to forgive each other, and you have to bear with each other. If there's an issue in your relationship, you shouldn't go out to other people to figure that out. You shouldn't have to take a break. Go to other people to figure it out. I think if you truly love the person and you truly see a future like you said you did, you don't do all of that. You just stay and you work on it. So the next one is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 2 through 3. Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. So this one speaks a lot too, because that's one issue that I had, is I was just so angry and I was upset at myself because I thought everything was fine, not only in my relationship but like my friendships and everything. I thought everything was good until I like took a step back, and then I realized like there was a lot that was happening that I wasn't seeing, that I wasn't noticing. There were things that I was not okay with, but I didn't know at the time. So it was, and there were some things that's like they don't align with my values or anything like that. And I'm one, like, if I'm in a relationship, I believe I submit to you and I submit to your will, your values, and everything. And if you're, first of all, if you're a Democrat, that's not gonna happen. So I probably won't be with any Democrats, that's for sure. But like, if you have a different, I grew up Catholic, if you're Baptist, I become one with you. We become one together. We create our own. But I'm the woman. I'm supposed to follow the man and everything. So I believe I would have done that. And I'm, in fact, deciding Catholicism or baptism. Baptist or Catholic, I don't know yet. I love both. I enjoy both. I'm just deciding which path I'm going to take. But hopefully when I find my future spouse, he's got one and he can pick one for us and we good, because I have issues picking. You pick the restaurant and I'll get my food, but if you want me to pick out of like 20 different restaurants, we're not eating. Like, it's just, we're not gonna go eat. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm in the mood for until you pick the restaurant, and then I just have no choice but to pick something off the menu. So everyone's saying that women need to pick. Boy, please. That's how it's supposed to be, that the man is supposed to plan the date and everything. The man is supposed to plan all this stuff and we're just there. So you pick the food and everything and I'll pick something off the menu. It'll just make it a lot easier for everyone involved if you just pick. So yeah, whatever. But I think, and it says make every effort to keep the unity of the spirit through the bond of peace. I think if we both truly loved each other and cared about each other and we wanted to get to a good resolution, that we could sit down, we could have a good discussion, we could actually hash out a lot of problems and a lot of issues that we have with each other so that we could overcome them and get better and get stronger. And I think if we both put in the effort, like make every effort for the unity, I think we would. I always think that no relationship is worth throwing away. So I hope one day that I can go back to my best friend and I can be like, are we both ready to sit down right now? Are we both ready to work on this? But, you know. Okay. This one is 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 8. If anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially for his own household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. So if you're in, say you're the daughter of a family like me, and you can give to everyone else so easily, like you give to all these random people these things, but your family is over here struggling, I think that is crazy to me. Like, if you can go and you can pay for pictures and videos of nasty things, you know what I'm saying, but your family is struggling, or you can go do all this, but there's someone on the side of the road who can't eat. Like, that's crazy. That's disgusting that someone would even pay for anything like that. And the fact that you think that you could be a good, like, parental figure, but you're making disgusting choices like that is crazy, because no, absolutely not. No. But you can overcome that and you can become better. You just have to take accountability for what you did and you have to work on it. And you can't just keep saying, oh, I'm working on it, but you continue to do it just in a different form. Like, no. Oh my gosh. But if you're also like if you're in a friendship or whatever and y'all live together and your friends aren't putting into the house, but they're putting into other people, they're putting into all this stuff, that not only shows that they don't value the house itself, they also don't value a relationship as high as you would, because what you put in grows. It gets bigger, it gets better and everything, but what you put in, you get out. So if you're not putting anything in, you're not valuing the household, you're not valuing the friendship the way that it should be valued, then what do you expect to happen? The one that's not being valued to just stay there and stay like that forever? No, because they're going to lose it one day and it's just going to be bad. And then this is one thing that bothers me, is when people say your reaction. Like, people think that I'm not allowed to react to disrespect. People think that because you did something in disrespect to me and I reacted in a certain way, that that is somehow worse than what the original disrespect. It's not. It's not. Yes, you could have reacted better, but you wouldn't have even had the reaction if they hadn't done what they did in the first place. So if you're going to do something disrespectful, you for real cannot be mad at how I've reacted. You can't, because people react to everything differently. You might have just shrugged it off because you just don't care or anything like that, but at the end of the day, if you do something disrespectful and I have a reaction to it, you better let me have my reaction, and you better not respect my reaction. I don't even know how to put it, but if I want to sit here and I want to cry because I'm so upset about what has happened, you're gonna damn sure let me freaking cry. You're gonna let me cry. You're gonna let me get it out. If I need to go and I need to yell at you to your face, first of all, I'm working on that. I should not do that. I should not raise my voice whatsoever. But if you did something so terrible and all I can think is to yell at your face, let me yell at your face, because you did something and you hurt me. And if you continue to hurt me, and I'm telling you, if you know that something you're doing or something you're saying is hurting someone and you continue to do it and they have a reaction, you don't like it, that sucks for you. You shouldn't have done it. So if I'm telling you that something's bothering me and you don't like how I'm reacting to what you're doing, that is not my problem. I need to work on it, and that is something I need to work on, is having less of a reaction, because I'm very what's it called, where you're like in your shell. I'm very in my shell, but when I'm in a relationship I flourish and I'm very out there and I'm very emotional. So when I feel an emotion, I don't just feel that emotion, I feel everything, and I feel it all at once. And so it's very hard to like get out of that. So if I have a reaction, you don't like it, I apologize for how I've reacted, but at the end of the day, that does not trump what you did. It doesn't. It really does not. You literally did it. You chose to do that knowing it would hurt me, and continued to do it knowing I've already told you that it bothered me or it hurt me, because you had no value or respect for me or the relationship or the friendship at the time. So know that I'm working on that. Know that I'm trying to get better at having less of a reaction. But at the end of the day, when you're super hurt, you feel everything, it's not an excuse. I don't want to make it an excuse. If you're super hurt and you feel everything, and that's in that moment, that's the only way that you can react, is to get mad and get angry. Or if you cry, or you write music, or you write books, you write poems, anything, that is how you work it out yourself. That's how you cope. That's how you do all of your stuff. At the end of the day, you chose to do the action, so you have to deal with the consequences. That's all I can say about that. Okay, this is something that I saw that I absolutely loved. I saw this on TikTok, and I wanted to bring this up in here because I think it's great. It says, so if someone can watch you fall apart and feel nothing, they were never worthy of the pieces of love you gave them. So my whole thing that I do is, after like a split or something like that, I feel everything. So I want to hear or want to see that you're feeling something too, so that it gives me the, like, so that I know I meant something, or I was worth something, or that you cared even a little bit. And for me to not be able to see or hear that, it really just shows that like you didn't, and that's how I see it. And I don't think that that's right, because some people just don't wear their emotions on their sleeve like I do. But I just need to know that I meant something. Like, I feel like that is my worst thing, and I'll never know that. Like, I will never know that I meant something. You can tell me 1,000 times to my face, but the things that you're choosing to do and the people you're choosing to hang out with or do things with, it just shows that I didn't. And it's really difficult, and it's something I'm trying to work on. So yeah, we will get there. Okay, but it continues. Okay, so this is I think about like a breakup or whatever, but it says, he knew that you were crying, knew that you were suffering, knew that it was breaking your heart, or that he was breaking your heart, and knew how he harmed your health, like mental health, your actual health, because I'm dead serious when I say this, heartbreak is like, you can feel that. Every time that I'm around him or near him, or like my old friends around them or near them, it feels like my heart is actually like breaking. Like, I feel it in my chest. And I don't know if that's like, I don't know, but it's like you can actually feel it. It says he knew how much it destroyed you, how he destroyed you. So if someone can watch you fall apart and feel nothing, they were never worthy of the pieces of love you gave them. So it just took what was in the beginning and the back. But if they can watch you fall apart, if they can feel absolutely nothing for seeing you cry, if they feel nothing for knowing that they have hurt you in such a way, or that the things that they're still doing are hurting you, and they can't just take accountability and say, I'm sorry, and change those things, then they weren't worthy of it. They were not worthy. To me, I think everyone that I've ever loved or given love to is worthy of it, because God put me in your life because you deserved that at that time. Like, that's what you deserved. And to this day, thanks to my ex, I will always pray for him and for his family. I will always pray for my old friends. I have prayed every single day since January 1st. Every single day I've prayed. And it not only has helped in a lot of ways, but it has actually helped me. Like, I used to be very negative. Now I'm more positive. And yes, I wake up sad and I go to bed crying a lot of the time, but I pray. And I think that's what helps. I don't know. I don't even know how to put it. But yes, so. Okay. I think there's a lot more I could have said, but this is already way too long. So I'm going to go ahead and do the my 5 songs of the week. This song I've been listening to a lot this week. I actually listened to it on the way here, but I think this is just a good song in general. Humble and Kind by Tim McGraw. This is such a good song. I think everyone should be humble and kind. I'm learning to be more humble and more kind to everyone else, because you might have did me wrong, but I don't know. I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying to learn to separate the hurtful things done and said from the person itself, because the person, like, you could love the person, but they do these things, and you just need to separate them so you can forgive and everything. Okay. Let me show you this one too. This song is a very good song. This isn't country, just so everyone is aware, but it's the first time. And so when I was deployed, I listened to a lot of like European music and stuff, and one of the artists I listened to, or groups, was Manskin, or Mainskin, however you say it. I say Manskin. I listened to them, and the lead singer Damiano David, which, by the way, he's with Dove Cameron, and is the cutest couple ever. I cannot. They're so cute. But this is his song, and this song is about her. It's gotta be, because, you know, why wouldn't it be? But this song is really good, and I've been listening to this on repeat. It's very, very good. I love that song. Let's flip. You know I love me some Kojo. And I have not been able to, like, every time Kojo comes on, I'm just like, yep, listening to the whole song all the way. Because sometimes I'll listen to like a little bit of it, then I'll skip a song. But anytime Kojo comes on, I gotta listen to the whole song. It's just so good. I love me some Kojo. But I was actually listening to this song earlier in the car. I was like, this would be perfect. So Leather by Cody Johnson. It's very true. You can bend me, but you can't break me. You can hurt me, but you can't kill me. You know what I mean? Only I can do that to myself. So this is just such a good song. It's a really good song. I don't know what else to say. So this one, I love me some Reba. This one is I Can't. I listened to this like a few months ago when it came out and everything, and it actually helped me like realize that like I love you and I want to work on this, but I cannot do it right now because you are not meeting me halfway. I can't give you everything if you're not giving anything. I can't put into something that's not going anywhere because one of us is trying, one of us is not. And you might like love the person, you might love the thing that you're doing so much, but you know that at that moment in time it is not good for you. So this song just speaks a lot to me too, because like I can't keep going through a toxic cycle. And for a relationship that once used to be so beautiful and so pure, and then as soon as you break up, it immediately becomes toxic, like the complete opposite of how the relationship was the whole time. It does something to you, like it literally does. It's like we were so beautiful and so pure, and then this happened. We broke up, and now it's so toxic. It is literally like, what the heck? I never wanted us to be like this. I never wanted to see you in this light. But to see someone in every form of light and still love them either way is, I think that's beautiful. But you can't, just like she says, you can't put into someone, you can't keep putting into something that you know is hurting you and causing you pain. It's, I don't even know how to put it, but it's a really good song. I think you should listen to it. This song actually goes with the conversation of today, I feel like, because if you want to get progress in anything, if you want to be strong, if you want to be better, you're going to have to go through a whole lot, and you're going to have to work at it and work on it every single day. And you're always going to work on yourself. I'll probably be 92 still working on myself. You know what I mean? Like, you always learn, you always grow, you always do all of this. But if you are actively putting in the effort and everything, the grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it, basically. And this song, I love me some Zach Top. I saw him in concert. Ooh, yeah, let me just tell you. But Dirt Turns to Gold by Zach Top. This song is gold. You know, funny. But this song is actually really good because he's basically saying what I just said, like, the grass is greener where you water it. It's not greener on the other side. The grass might look green, but that could be fake. It could be fake grass, whatever the stuff fake grass is called, you know what I mean? But like, there's real grass over here. It's just a little golden. It's not green, you know. It's lost some color over time, but it can get back to what it once was. You just have to put in some blood, sweat, and tears. And you can look over there and see the grass is a lot greener, but it's fake. It's not real grass. And the bond and stuff that you have with someone, or the relationship that you have with someone, or the friendship that you have with someone, it means the world. God wanted us to have relationships with each other. Love thy neighbor. Love thy neighbor. As, you know, love thy neighbor. That's what he wanted for everybody. So I think every relationship and bond is worth fixing, and it's worth all of this. But you can't just throw someone away, or throw something away, or throw a whole thing away. Also, time to me means nothing. Someone can mean more to you. Well, time means nothing in a sense, but like, to say you love someone and then go and get with someone else and be like, I love this person, and then go and get someone else and be like, I love this person, you don't even know the true meaning of love. Like, you don't. And the fact that you just throw it around means that like, you could have truly loved this person back then, but you've gotten with so many other people and said that you love them too. It's hard to, do you know what love was? Did you actually love me? Because you could have actually truly loved this person, but now this person is like, well, he just says that to everyone. And it's really hard, and it can be fixed, it can be worked on, but you're not willing to do it. And that's how a lot of beautiful things just die, and they just poof, you know, gone. Something that was once so beautiful can now become so ugly and distorted because it was just thrown away. So Dirt Turns to Gold is such a very good song. I love this song. And yep, I think it's very, very good to work at everything. And, you know, don't just listen, when your car, I don't even know, I'm not a car person, but I'm trying to speak to the guys. If your car, if you're, I don't even know, how would you even say this? Guys, if your tires are going bald, do you go and buy a new car, or do you just go get new, cooler tires? You know what I mean? Girls, if your hair is growing out and your color is fading, do you shave off your head and just let it regrow, or shave off your head and get a wig, or do you go back and get it colored and work on it? I don't know, that's kind of dumb. I don't know, just, I don't know if I should say want, I wish, I hope and pray that someone sees me one day for who I am and is like, I'll never give up. I will never stop trying. I will always fight to keep her in my life. And one day I will truly feel like I was actually loved by somebody. And it'll be beautiful and amazing. And I hope every person feels that once in their life. I hope you feel loved. I've never felt loved. I thought that I felt loved, but then afterwards I was like, how could you have loved me if you were doing this the whole time? If that makes sense. So I just want to feel loved and know that this time you actually see me and you see that, I don't even know how to put it, but yeah. So this was a really good talk. It got me emotional. I didn't want to get emotional, but it was actually a very good talk. And next week's episode, I promise it'll be something more lively, not like this. Wanted to get this out of the way so I can, you know, keep going. But I have the good Lord here. I have the good book. I have the Lord, so I will be good, and we will be a-okay. And I hope and pray that everyone, you know, gets what they want out of life. I pray I get what I want out of life. And I just hope I get blessed to be with the person God meant for me to be with. So yeah, that was fun. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. I think it was good for me to get it out. There's a lot of things that I still have inside me that I want to get out, but you know, we'll get there. But I enjoyed it. I had a good time, and thank you all for listening to my rambling. So yeah, and I hope everyone has a good blessed day, and I hope you have a good night, and I hope you have good supper. So, because I'm about to go eat some supper. But God bless you all, and thank you for watching. So bye everybody.